Over the past few weeks, there's been a lot of talk about the alleged return of the Anunnaki. And also, videos have surfaced where people are claiming that the Anunnaki is allegedly in a galactic battle above Earth, which could explain the loud and weird sounds people have been hearing across the world. Also can explain the fireballs that in recent have fallen to the ground all across the world as well. This video that I'm about to share with you was shot in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it shows weird and strange objects flying across the clouds above me. They look like lasers or they look like shooting stars, but this is happening in broad daylight. As a matter of fact, take a look at the video. Watch. There's one right there. And the sky lights up. There's another one right above me. I've paused the video and enlarged. That's the object right there, or whatever it was that shot across the sky. Zoomed in, I still can't make out what it is. But once again, I'll play the video for you. Take a look for yourself and watch the angle they take as they fly over. From this angle that I froze, they kind of look like UFOs. Allegedly. I don't know what they are. But if you're from the St. Petersburg, Florida area and you saw this, let me know in the comments what you think that was. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
So a reporter asked Trump about Epstein. Trump said, shut the fuck up. We got to worry about Texas. Well, he ain't really say shut the fuck up. He said we should just move on. But you get the picture, right? But I found it really weird that they will bring up Epstein Island when this man is doing a speech about Texas and the missing children. Missing children? Epstein Island? It'd be really weird if those missing children is right back on Never mind. When it comes to this reality, you have to use your 20/20 vision to see the truth. I found it really weird that this man looked just like Andrew Jackson. But you have to use your 20/20 vision to see the truth. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. Tomorrow is the full moon. Not any full moon, but the buck full moon. It's hunting season. So when you hear about these children missing, remember, it's hunting season. The floods taking place in Texas is connected to the moon. The moon is responsible for water, energy, currency. But this story go a little deeper. In 1987, the same thing took place in Camp Mystic. I need people to understand why they named it Mystic. Mystic, a person who tries to communicate directly with God or other forces controlling the universe. When you deal with magic, you will understand that the mystic moon controls currency. Back in ancient days, the elders would sit around a campfire and tell stories to the children about the mystics in the universe. So what really happened to these children? Maybe there was a sacrifice to the moon. The people that control this world, they are dealing with deep mystic magic. Everything is connected to the moon. When we speak about mystic magic, we are speaking about the magic crystal ball. The magic crystal ball is the moon. It lets you see the future. But you need your 20/20 vision to see the truth. I'm about to tell you how you can break all this bullshit right now. Everything is connected to your chakras. If you have one chakra that's blocked, all of your chakras is blocked. Once you activate one chakra, you keep climbing up Jacob's ladder. Your spine is Jacob's ladder. When they say Jesus died, they hung him on a cross. That cross is your chakras or your spine.
Did y'all peep this? Did y'all peep this? This is North Carolina, y'all. They just got hit with another biblical level flood, y'all. And the theme of these storms is like a thief in the night, because this is exactly what happened in North Carolina once again. Look at these homes just totally submerged underwater. Y'all, there are cars at the houses that you cannot see that's under the water. That's how fast and how deep this water is. Wow, y'all, look at this water, man. There are trucks in here that are totally submerged. You can't even see that car's door handles. You can't even see that car's door handles. This car's gone. You barely can see its roof. Oh my goodness. This was around 2 to 2:30 in the morning, y'all, right? They had no warning whatsoever. People were literally being saved from their homes by local authorities.
This is what my neighborhood looks like currently. The floodwaters are pretty bad here. There's rescuers out evacuating people. We heard several people yelling for help and were able to send them in the right direction. The couple that I mentioned earlier that lives in the house.
Y'all, look at the sky. The sky is completely bright. It's like...
You can see the Haw River behind me is up over the bridge. About midnight last night, they started knocking on people's doors, telling them to move their cars. Some of them did, some of them did not, and you can see the result.
At 32.5 feet, y'all. 32.5 feet. This is crazy, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
You ever went somewhere for a weekend, hopped on a plane, you get there and you just feel like, man, this place is meant for me. Like, the people are so much more nicer, the vibes is vibing, my energy is up. You ever wonder why you feel that way? Let's get into it. I don't think people realize when you get on a plane, you're not just moving from one location to another location. You're literally moving from one dimension of consciousness to another. Planes are literally portals. When you lift off the ground, you're leaving behind more than just a city. You're leaving the energetic field of your normal self. You instantly start to feel different. When the plane takes off, your physical body stays buckled, but your energy body, oh, that thing's floating all around, recalibrating. It's like your spirit goes through a software update mid-flight. Every city, every environment carries its own frequency. And when you step into that place, you unlock the version of you that can thrive in that frequency. That's why some people feel more alive in Bali, more creative in New York, more peaceful in the country. You're not just traveling places. You're meeting versions of yourself that you didn't even know existed. You ever notice how you get clarity when you fly? That's because when you're on a plane, you're suspended between earth and the sky, between what was and what's coming. It's one of the few times that your phone is actually off. Distractions are limited and you're not caught in the routine. That creates space for alignment. So think about it. That's why downloads come to your mind mid-flight. You're literally in the in-between. You see what I'm saying? See, here's the challenge. When you come back to your home city, most people drop right back into their old dimension. The same thoughts, the same routines, the same fears. But that new energy you felt, that's the openness. That curiosity, that was you. You accessed a new timeline. The trick is to hold on to that frequency no matter where you are. That's the real spiritual work. It's not about where you're at. It's about where you're at in here. You see what I'm trying to say to you? So no, it's not always the city that was better. It was the you that showed up when you let go of the fear, the routine, and what you know. The real flex is becoming that version of you everywhere you go. LOD, listen to Dome, man. Let's get it.
I'm just quiet. Name and age. My name's Maya. My name's Maya. I'm 30. I said no. Your ring actually, as soon as you walked in, I went straight to your ring. I'm not sure if that's is that a Freemason? Yes. Yeah, so it's a no for me. Okay. I'm very spiritual, and it's a no for me. Okay, I'm spiritual as well. Okay.
And that's what spirituality is about, bro. It's not about head wraps and your ancestors and crystals and all of that shit. It's about having discernment and not being tricked within this fucking matrix, bro. You see how she peeped that ring? Like, bro, you a Freemason, man. I'm straight. A lot of women would have never peeped that. Nobody else on that lineup even peeped that or had a clue what the fuck that sigil or symbolism was on that ring. They would have got involved not knowing what the fuck they was doing. Discernment. Don't be tricked. Study. You will be able to see these things in this matrix and see these individuals who look like us, but they not us. They be infiltrators, bro. I'm out.
So in Saudi Arabia, they just spotted 2 Nephilim giants by accident. And this was at an old school cart meet. But what I want y'all to look at is this right here in the very back on the top of the mountain. The people that's standing on top of this mountain have to be at least 15 feet tall. And I find it crazy how nobody is noticing what's right behind them. They don't even notice that they got Goliath little cousins attending the cart meet with them. There should be no reason that they at least 5 football fields away and you can still see them on the top of this mountain. And I know somebody gonna ask me, do I believe in giants? Well, the Bible said that it was giants in those days and also after that. What do y'all think that means? And this is not the first time that I've seen videos of giants on top of mountains like this. We done seen giants doing push-ups on mountains. We done heard about the Kandahar giant. And the only logical explanation that I have is that the Bible told us. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about this video in the comments. Is giants real? Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And if you want to learn how to turn your content into passive revenue, comment down below hub and I'm sending resources in your DM. Fee, fi, fo, fum.
Stargate, put that name down in your books because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure.
The data centers are actually under construction. The first of them are under construction in Texas, the Abilene location, which is our first location.
Abilene is a town on the western central plains of Texas. We kind of scratch and fight for everything good that comes our way.
Now y'all say, where is my money going? I'm paying taxes, I'm paying all of this. U.S. citizens, where is all my money going? We, you, me, is funding this long-term cosmic war between two Anunnaki factions known as Enlil and Enki. But there's more cosmic entities at play. But this is where your money going, right? AI, they building stargates. What's that? Go research it. Y'all still in like 1935, bro. It's about to be 2026. It's where your money going. It's where your money going for the future.
The picture that you're looking at behind me is of the last Tatarian reset, all right? And that black arrow-looking object is a draconian ship. All right. This was a great war in the skies that took place when they reset us. All right. And again, everything you see on this realm, all right, currently is just the remnants of what actually was. We were way more advanced in ancient times. We were way more advanced and we've been dumbed down by extraterrestrial biological entities. I'm going to show you footage of this ship, of this Draco reptilian ship that was caught.
All of these AI chatbots like Alexa, Google, Siri have to be some kind of demonic force or something spiritual. Why is it that little kids are bowing down or getting freaked out when you summons these AI entities? I'm finna start calling it for what it is. And we all know that kids are sensitive to the spiritual realm.
Alexa, frost. Hey Google, what's the weather like tomorrow?
Freaking out.
Alexa! Hey Alexa.
Bow.
Alexa, what's my notification?
Another one, bowing.
Hey Google!
Bowing. Bowing down as if they was worshiping some unseen force. Each one of them getting in this position when they called on Alexa or Google. You better pay attention to them kids. Remember, that veil ain't been lifted off their eyes yet. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about this video in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And if you want to learn how to turn your social media into passive revenue, comment down below hub and I'm going to send the resources in your DMs. Make sure y'all stay prayed up. This spiritual warfare stuff is getting real.
I made you aware that all superheroes and so-called fictional characters are actually based on our genetic abilities, okay? When you see Luke Cage, the etymology of Luke actually means light, all right? So Luke Cage actually means light cage. This is the personification of your melanin and its ability. Melanin's ability is to absorb all light and convert it through a process called melanogenesis. Now again, the etymology of Luke is light, so Luke Cage is a light cage, and a cage is something that contains or holds something. So basically it means it holds and contains light, basically just like your melanin does. This is also why Luke Cage is designed as a darker melanated black man. This is also why devices like solar panels are actually created black. It's because they have the ability of caging more light. One of Luke Cage's primary abilities is that he's impervious to bullets. All right. This is basically signifying that the base element of melanin is carbon. All right. Also, the base element of diamond is carbon. All right. And which is one of the hardest substances on the planet. All right. The base element of graphene is also carbon. All right. Which is 666. You have that same base element of that diamond has, as well as graphene has. And we see Luke Cage has the ability of deflecting high-powered weapons. In fact, when you think about carbon, you can think about carbon fiber things like Kevlar that also has the ability of deflecting militaristic weapons. Your carbon has the same abilities. All right. Once the sun rapidly amplifies and we get into solar cycle 25, your carbon has the ability of actually converting to a crystalline structure where you would eventually have the ability of deflecting bullets similar to Luke Cage. These solar flares are rapidly transforming us. And when your melanin is exposed to ultraviolet radiation, it goes from being a semiconductor to a superconductor, all right? And at that point, you begin to access all the so-called junk DNA, which at that point begins to heighten and bring you new abilities. They know about your melanin's power. This is why they utilize things like lead, cadmium, mercury, aluminum, fluoride, genetically modified organisms, etc. This is why I highly recommend utilization of chlorophyll to remove toxic metals such as aluminum, lead, cadmium, and mercury. All right, and chlorophyll is also rich in magnesium and it's essential for healthy melanin production. You have the chlorophyll available on Holistic Remedies link in bio. I also highly recommend tyrosine for production of healthy melanin. Tyrosine is actually the building block of melanin, and it produces neurotransmitters like norepinephrine, epinephrine, as well as dopamine. I do have the tyrosine available on Holistic Remedies link in bio. And since the base element of melanin is carbon, is no other better component than carbon 60, which is actually 160 times more potent than vitamin C and composed of shungite. This is phenomenal for strengthening the melanin. Right now is the time we focus on leveling up. Peace, love, and light.
Y'all, the floodgates have been opened up once again, and right about now, Earth got this cosmic cleansing revelation style reset going on, because where is all this water coming from? So just like Texas and North Carolina, the rain was unexpected. The water rose up to 20 feet high, y'all, and even houses were floating down the lake. Look at this. This is worse than what just happened in Texas.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's not even a house no more. That thing belongs to the earth. I hope nobody was in it. Now here's the crazy thing, y'all. Rio Duso, New Mexico just got hit with a severe flood a few weeks ago on June 26th. I remember making a video about this, y'all. Like, where is this water coming from? Because again, it doesn't look like it's raining that much. This water looks like it's coming from underneath, y'all. Is this what the age of Aquarius is really about? All of this water coming up from underneath the earth? Cause what water rises 20 feet high? That comes from the sky, y'all. It's gotta come from the earth. Cause like I said, people have been reporting the rain has not been coming that heavy. So this water is coming from somewhere. Are y'all watching the signs? Because this ain't normal, man. This only makes sense, you know. Uranus just entered Gemini, man. All I can say is, it seems that the cosmic cleanse is in full effect, man. Don't y'all see it? Wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How can you compete with that? How can you compete with that? Look at this other home, y'all. Look at this other home literally floating down. Oh my goodness, the shift is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's get it, y'all. Peace in. Y'all gotta see the new Fantastic Four trailer. They're basically telling us to enjoy our last days, cause it's over. This world is coming to an end, y'all. Check this out and then we'll break this down.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death. Your world will be consumed by the Devourer. There is nothing you can do to stop him, for he is a universal force, as essential as the stars. Hold your loved ones close, and speak the words you've been afraid to speak. Use this time to rejoice and celebrate, for your time is short. I herald his beginning, I herald your end, I herald Galactus.
Alright Alright, now, so let's break this down. So y'all can clearly see the role of Silver Surfer has been switched over to a woman now. So y'all gotta understand what Silver Surfer represents. You can clearly tell that Silver Surfer is not from this planet and that she came from outer space somewhere. She's made of this shiny material, metallic substance. This shiny metallic material is allegorical for Mercury. And what is Mercury, or who is Mercury? Well, Mercury is the messenger of the gods. Mercury also represents communication, movement, connection, just like Hermes Trismegistus, who travels between worlds and carry messengers from the god. Mercury is also used in thermometers, and thermometers tell you when it's getting hot, and this is exactly what's happening on the planet right now. So the divine feminine energy is carrying a message, and ironically speaking, we just had Uranus move into Gemini. Uranus is known as the Great Awakener. It is the planet of revolution, chaos, innovation, downloads, and sudden shifts. And coincidentally, it's like a stick shift. This rules the higher mind, astrology, quantum leaps. This is all about electricity, so we are getting charged up. And Uranus is in Gemini until 2033. So this is exactly what the Silver Surfer is telling us. She is saying that this is the end of the patriarchy and that this is the rise of the divine feminine energy through the entity known as Galactus. And Galactus represents time. He is basically the end of the old world and the rise of the new world. He is the bringer of balance, Anubis. But yes, y'all, big shifts are here.
Your planet is now marked for death. Your world will be consumed by the Devourer. There is nothing you can do to stop him, for he is a universal force, as essential as the stars.
For the whole fucking...
Do this every single day before going to bed, and this happens. If you sleep with onions on your feet, you will detox your whole body overnight. It's also one of the best ways to get rid of inflammation and all kinds of physical pain. And you will also improve your gut health and your immune system. And now comment the word homemade down below for more tips and tricks.
People are freaking out because this killer is being caught on live surf cams and he resembles the character from I Know What You Did Last Summer. People were terrified to discover that he was walking around with a hook during the fireworks on 4th of July. This hook looks like it's more than just a prop, and people are going on TikTok saying that they have been terrorized. It reminds me of the 2016 killer clown situation. One person even claimed that they found this woman unconscious by the Santa Monica Pier. This is where he's mainly being spotted. I Know What You Did Last Summer is coming out this month on July 18th. Do you think this is related to the movie's release, or do you think it's something a little darker?
If you want to be in a happy relationship in this generation, stop scrolling on your phone. Stop dating people that overconsume social media all day, that are not grounded in reality. That's the problem. Because every other post is a reason to hate the other gender, and every other post literally plants seeds of doubt in your relationship. Stop scrolling on your phone.
Now go back and watch this young lady's original video for full content. It's a good one. Good job, mama. She absolutely nailed it. This is why social media is extremely dangerous, because too many people are easily influenced by other people. All it does is plant negative seeds in the back of your mind, especially on the darker quote-unquote chocolate side of social media, because we know it's a gigantic trauma bond. And the realities of the real world compared to social media is not exactly the same. You want to entertain somebody who centers their life around personal growth, being the best version of themselves. That way they can become a great partner one day. Not somebody who's just chimed in on social media all day. Some of y'all can't get up in the morning, eat grits, go boo-boo, can't take a nap without y'all like this on their phone all day long. Before you know, your life done passed you by and you worrying about somebody else's life. I had to learn this lesson myself. I make content, but understand something. I might make 5-6 videos at one time and just post them throughout the day. And I make these videos all in one take. I don't cut, I don't edit, I don't re-record, right? But I will never, ever, ever entertain another content creator again. Because both of those ladies that I entertain have really, 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 really large profiles, right? And this is a prime example of it. We couldn't do nothing without them doing this all day on their phone. Like this. Like it was part of their arteries. I'm trying to live my life. Man, did you see what's going on in the shade room? Girl, if you don't cook these stuffed pork chops trick, I don't care about none of that. Believe your karma in the comment section. But y'all supposed to be grown. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do.
A part of you has to die in order for you to level up. Check this out.
A part of you has to die every time you evolve. You gotta leave it back there. You want it because it's familiar. And a lot of times we like to resort to the familiar, even if it's toxic. So you have to leave that corpse. That beautiful old you has to be left, and you have to walk forward and not look back. That's the hardest part, not leaving the people, but it's leaving your old ways and you.
So can someone explain to me what is going on in central Kentucky, along with other states inside of the United States? People have been recording and hearing strange, loud booms coming from the sky. Now, they're not from thunder and they're not from aircraft. As a matter of fact, take a listen to this video. Now, you heard it for yourself. What does that sound like to you? Does that sound like thunder? Does that sound like aircraft? Does that sound like some type of military action? I don't know. But if you live in central Kentucky and you heard that as well, please share your thoughts in the comments. And anybody else that's heard this, please let me know where you're from and what you heard if it sounded similar to that. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Okay, what is the meaning of the 777 portal today, and what should we do before the day is out in order to work with that energy?
Beautiful question. The 777 portal carries a profound energetic significance today. From the Akashic Records perspective, the 777 sequence represents divine alignment, spiritual mastery, and cosmic completion. 7 is the number of the spiritual seeker, the mystic, the one who walks between worlds. It also relates to the 7 chakras, the 7 rays of creation, and the 7 dimensions we integrate before reaching unity consciousness in higher density systems. Today's 777 portal amplifies intuitive downloads, breakthroughs in your spiritual path, the ability to release karmic residue and align with your soul's highest timeline. What to do before the day ends? 1, enter silence or meditation. Even 5 to 7 minutes of stillness will align your field with the codes streaming through the portal today. 2, set an intention. Ask yourself, what timeline am I ready to step into? What am I ready to release or embody fully? Speak it out loud. 3, journal insights. Write down any intuitive messages, visions, or inner whispers that arise today. The veils are thin and guidance flows with ease. 4, offer gratitude. Thank your guides, source, and your own soul for the journey you've walked so far and for the alignment now unfolding. 5, ground the energy. Walk barefoot on the earth or place your palms on the ground or a living plant to integrate the cosmic influx into your body temple. Final Akashic insight. The 777 portal is not only about external manifestation, it's about inner mastery. It's a gateway to remember that you are already whole, divine, and free.
You heard what it said. Make sure you go within today in general. But to hear more of this type of information, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's The Mind of Bazel. You can click the link in the bio or you can type it in on YouTube. Much love to y'all. Peace.
Okay, it's a little loud out here. It's always loud in Chicago. But come here, sit down, listen, open up your ears right now. Now, y'all remember when God told Abraham, know for certain that your descendants will be in a land not of their own and enslaved and mistreated there 400 years. Reflect on when he said, in a land not of their own. What land is that? Babylon, right? Oh, excuse me, America. But didn't they tell us we came from Africa? Not so. Considering God promised Abraham to give him the land of Canaan, which is known as the Promised Land. Do you guys know where the land of Canaan is? It's in Israel. The land of Israel, which doesn't make us Africans, but Jews, Hebrews, Israelites. And that isn't by religion, but DNA. I got one more question. What do you think they were doing all those years we were held captive? Changing and rearranging so that if we ever came out, we would know who we was. Because that's what fear does. Wake up, Israel.
As the sun returns, or Jesus, which is the sun, we are going to get hit with rays of light as we are now, which is activating DNA. It is a fact that DNA is activated by sunlight and unlocked. Now as we pass out of the house of Pisces and into the age of Aquarius, these suns or stars, whatever you want to call them, are powerful enough to unlock those 98% DNA. X-man, you go from man to God. You are no longer a man. Black people are going from dormant to waking up. This is why they call it the sleeping giant race. Our 98% of our DNA is being unlocked by the Aquarian age, and we are ascending. And us losing 5 neutrons is going to allow our body to be less dense, which means the soul can come forth more and express itself more on this physical realm. No other race of people will make this change. Everybody will be eradicated. I don't give a fuck who you are, who you think you is. Chinese, Vietnam, Philippine, white. It's over for you. The sun has spoken. The ancestors have returned. Black people, we are the chosen people. But just because you're the chosen person don't mean you've been chosen. Why? Because those who have been chosen choose themselves. If you are not on an alkaline diet, if you are not amplified to a level where you can make this shift, you are going to burn and scorch like that Caucasian. So if your chakras is not aligned, you're not mentally, spiritually, and physically healthy all in the triune of oneself, you are going to suffer the same fate as that Caucasian. For all you black people who like to eat meat, and you going outside at this time talking about something, it's too hot outside, I'm probably talking to you. Because melanin can withstand up to a minimum of 1,225 degrees. So if it's 100 degrees or 90 degrees or 80 degrees outside, you talking about it's too hot, chances are your melanin is toxic or dormant. Black people, we are made up of prokaryotic cells. A prokaryotic cell is the only cell on Earth that originated outer space. We are interstellar beings. Our bodies are made up of stars that exploded billions of years ago. We are ancient vehicles. Our melanin is actually intelligent. Your melanin is so intelligent that it can actually give commands to the body without notifying the brain. This is why black people, we the best athletes, we the best sports players, we got the best reflexes, because your body is intelligent from its own end. It's alive. It can be dormant if you're not using it. That's like if they say you don't use it, you're going to lose it. If you're not eating certain food and amplifying your melanin and using your insight and using your intuition, thinking positive about yourself, you are literally making your body not work for you. All this self-hate and all of this white supremacy, psychological instituted agendas on the black mind, this is not by accident, because our bodies are literally God vehicles for the soul. Yes, we are the chosen people, but you will be eradicated during this cleanse if you do not clean yourself up. You've been warned. The sun is kicking off a solar flare right now, and this wave of heat is coming to this planet to cleanse this goddamn planet. And this is what white people wrote in that Bible, and they call it Revelations and all these little religious books they got out. They're talking about this. They're talking about this time right now. The sun is so important, but yet we pay so little attention to it.
I know there has been a lot going on this week, but did you guys get to hear about the federal immigration raid that happened in MacArthur Park in Los Angeles yesterday, y'all? A whole bunch of federal agents were seen rolling up to MacArthur Park in Los Angeles, California, where a whole bunch of family was out there playing soccer. And all of a sudden, a whole bunch of these Humvees and these huge military trucks started rolling up, and y'all,
troops are now moving down Wilshire. They're headed towards central LA right now. You can see lots of reinforcements and a huge presence right now.
And there's a lot of them. They're not stopping them.
This is very big.
Yeah, what is all this for? They had the whole area around the park blocked off to make sure nobody was getting in or out, y'all. And that's when the agents started coming in with their armored horses and all to talk to the mayor while she was on the phone with the head of customs, y'all.
We're departing.
Mayor Bass?
Comment, Mayor Bass?
Thank you.
Mayor Bass, any comment?
Yes, my comment is they need to leave, and they need to leave right now. They need to leave because this is unacceptable.
Who did you speak with? Mayor Bass, Mayor Big, who did you speak with on the phone just now? Who did you speak with on the phone?
The mayor is definitely angry. You heard her? She was on the phone with the head of customs, and she says that they need to leave, and they need to leave now and to watch, and it's going to happen.
I am the mother who refused to pick up her daughter from a sleepover because her friend's family had a emergency. I will say this again. If you are a parent and your child invites my child for a sleepover overnight, that means you, the parent of that child, are responsible for my child until the next morning, or until the agreed upon time for pickup. Do not call me in the middle of the night because you can't do your job as a parent. Do not call me at 2 o'clock in the morning to come get my daughter because you are a shitty parent. Period. And I will say it again and again and again. Won't happen. Not on my watch.
So integration was the worst thing for the original beings, the indigenous beings to this planet, the copper tone beings. Anybody who had skin like copper and hair like wool was integrating with any other race outside of our own. Why was that a bad idea? Well, first thing, let me tell you this. I knew my great-grandma. She was born in 1911. In 1911, she said they was not doing shit with white people. She was born during segregation, right? So when we had our own pharmacies, guess what? She said, my grandma said everything you needed to heal, your doctor will prescribe you some type of medicine, and it would be a vitamin. It was always herbs in the pill. She said it would be a capsule full of herbs, right? Because y'all know, we know everything comes from the earth to heal us. We don't need nothing outside the earth because we come from the earth. We are connected to the plants. That's why our hair grow up towards the sun, just like the plants, because we are one with the earth. They are not. They are the invaders, right? So why do y'all think now is at the end that we're going to sing cool? And then not only that, so we went and created Black Wall Street, right? We had Black Wall Street doing our thing, realized we weren't supposed to even integrate with them. You feel me? Had black banks, black schools, black healing centers, all that, doing everything on our own. Then guess what? They come over and they bomb that shit. They bomb that shit. So you gotta ask yourself, like, why are Caucasian people so obsessed with the indigenous people? Well, because they don't have their own culture. They don't have their own style. They don't have their own anything. They don't even have a rhythm, right? So merely by us integrating with them literally fucked us up because now we're a part of their school systems, which is an energy transfer. They're teaching us their fake ass history, right? Now we go out to eat and they can sit next to us. Every time I go out to eat, Caucasian people literally just stare at me. Like, I want her soul. You can't have it, baby. You can't be me. I'm the original being. I'm source. It's a certain level of work I had to do to even be incarnate into this physical body. So they are just not on our level. They are not like us, right? So why do y'all think it's the end times now? We about to come together, sing kumbaya, hold hands, and everybody just gonna forgive one another? Bitch, no, fuck that. Just how we were last. Just how we've been last and we had to suffer as the original indigenous people, white people, y'all think y'all gonna bypass y'all suffering? No, y'all suffering is coming. For everything that y'all have done to us, from stealing our culture, stealing our land, stealing our history, stealing our names, stealing our men, stealing our women, stealing our children, CPS, child protective services, all this shit, right? Harvesting energy from our children at these school systems, harvesting energy from our children at these hospitals, right? Kidnapping our babies from these hospitals, kidnapping our babies from these school systems, right? Teaching us lies, feeding us poison. All this shit happened when we integrated with y'all. We weren't going to the same grocery stores as y'all. We was going to local farmers, right? So now we getting the same groceries as them. We going to the same restaurants as them. We going to the same schools as them. We having babies with them. And y'all ask, why is humanity so fucked up? Well, because we're doing the same shit that the Caucasians are doing. They're not like us. Like Kendrick said, they're not like us. They're not like us. We're not the same. We literally have like separate DNA. We're not the same. So the only thing you could do is become pure within your mind, body, and soul, original being, chosen one, in order to raise the frequency of the planet, and they will be. So the true original blood type is not O positive. I'm tired of hearing that. That we know that most humans have been spliced or hybrids or genetic. Like, come on, let's be real. The original blood type is O negative. That's why they are the universal donors. They can give blood to anyone, to anybody, but they can only receive blood from another O negative. Google who has the golden blood type. They want to tell you it's O negative. Yeah, they are the original beings from planet Earth. I am not. I'm not even O negative, right? I don't have the rhesus I'm not a positive blood type. I don't have the rhesus monkey factor, which is the Rh positive, right? But I'm not O negative. But I understand how powerful the O negative is. I know I'm a fucking alien, right? So I'm going to tell y'all, each blood type comes from a different lineage. So the A's stand for Atlanteans, aka the Anunnaki. I come from the Anunnaki Atlanteans blood type, right? I'm the original. I'm not the hybrid splice version. That's why I'm negative and not positive. But I'm still not O negative. I can give blood to everybody except O negative. And I can only receive blood from A negative or O negative. Right? But I literally even had a dream that told me that, yeah, you are a fucking Atlantean Anunnaki. Yeah, I am a fucking Atlantean. Right? And then you have AB, which is a hybrid, right? AB negative is the most rare. And that's actually a hybrid of two different blood types that was created as one. I have to understand that the Anunnaki came down here, aka the Atlanteans, came down here and started splicing different blood types. But before even the Anunnaki and Atlanteans we got here, it was still O negative. The original being. So AB is genetically spliced. It's two different blood types combined into one. Right? Then you have B. And B negative is the second most rare after AB. And then A negative is the third most rare, and O negative is the most common because O negative is the true original blood type. Right? This is why it's imperative to do your research and just quit listening to what you hear people say on the fucking internets. Okay?
So when y'all watching Rashad Jamal, right? Many people call the planet many different names, but Rashad Jamal, when y'all started following him, called it Planet Kai. And he did this by tapping into his DNA and getting light codes, right? Light codes from the gods and the cosmos. So Kai and Enki, Kai is the goddess, meaning earth. And Enki is a god, right? Wisdom and creation. So when they came down to earth, we was Homo erectus, and they made us Homo sapiens, right? So you have DNA of the gods, which means Enki and Kai mix they DNA up with the natives of the planet. The Homo erectus, this planet belongs to y'all, right? You could call it many different names, Terra, Gaia, all this, Tiamat. You could call it all of that, but the planet belongs to y'all. And when they came down here, y'all was already great, but they gave y'all a gift, right? They gave y'all a gift, which was the forbidden fruit, was consciousness. So that gift is consciousness. You have the fleshly body, the Homo erectus body, Homo, right? And sapien mean wise, Homo sapien, the wise human. So they gave you the consciousness of the gods, but a vessel that's acclimated to planet Earth, quote unquote, planet Kai. Because Kai is the earth goddess. That's one of the Anunnakis, the earth goddess, right? And then you have Enki, the god of creation and wisdom. And the gods is not perfect. That's why we flawed. That's why when you gain consciousness, he said, I gave you the gift for the gods, which is consciousness. We are flawed because they gave us a gift, which is that pine cone that y'all see in the Sumerian tablets. We don't know how to use this, but they gave us a gift. So they were supposed to come down here, give us this gift and teach us how to use it. So everybody's on a journey of what happened when Eve bit that forbidden fruit, that's gaining consciousness. Everybody is on a journey of learning their consciousness, how to use it for good, how to use it for bad, how to use it for themselves. So the Anunnaki that was involved with making human beings, giving us the gift of the gods, is Kai and Enki. So if y'all look at the part in the Bible, it says, what principalities, right? Everybody say principalities. It say cosmic principalities and high places. Cosmic, meaning that this war is cosmic. So what did they find in the Iraqi war when they went over there and killed Saddam Hussein, right? He had access to a Stargate, ancient technology that could possibly bring the Anunnakis through. They come through Stargates. That's how you travel, right? Stargates, portals. You have different things on the energy grid of Gaia, Earth, ley lines, right? So, is there a Stargate in Iran? Is there a Stargate 10? What they looking for? So Iran like, no, this can't happen to what happened in Iraq. This might happen to us. So we got to protect this Stargate, right? Because they want the light to come and hit the planet. They got to protect certain Stargates. And you also have the gathering of Israel going on. Israel, that's at war. That's the state of Israel. That's the Jews that they say are not real Jews. That's the state of Israel, right? But the real Israel is the chosen ones. All the 12 tribes, Cuba, all of this, the people that been put down for so many centuries and years, right? That's the real one. So I'm talking to my fam in Chicago, Texas, New York. We all talking because we like-minded. We all family. We coming together. The tribes is coming together. And we seeing what's the real Israel and what's the fake Israel and the real cosmic war that's going on. The descendants of the fallen, the descendants of the Anunnaki. We seeing who really blood. We really tapping in and seeing what's really going on, right? The whole tribes is really tapping in. There's more going on. So these cosmic principalities and the war is bigger than what people see. That's why I'm trying to let you tune in. So it might be a Stargate in Giza, I'm not sure. But it was a Stargate in Iraq. Look up Saddam Hussein in the Stargate, right? So look up the war in Iraq, why it happened. Look up Project Looking Glass. There's always more intricate and things that's deeper when you go and see why these wars is happening. Want something. But there's always oil and resources because the public can't handle the truth. So as y'all look at this war that's taking place, look up Stargate 10 in Iran. And I was on a hiatus, coming back to give y'all all this light and doing the research for the people that can't read, that want the light and want the knowledge because they seek in truth to set themselves free in this cosmic war that we all in within this firmament.
So y'all realize that grills wasn't a fashion. Like, black people had brains back then, so it wasn't just something to look cute. Y'all do realize that the minerals from gold were rejuvenating and preserving teeth back in the day? So y'all with them permies that done rotted y'all out might not be real. It might not be real because black people started the grills because they were using mineral to replace mineral within their teeth. You know, actually back in that day, whenever everybody was rejuvenated, cells grew back, bones healed quickly and things like that because we were eating the things of the earth, they were using gold to sit in caps and things, and they would come up as the tooth grew back. We don't even know teeth can grow back because we're that decayed and delayed. But yeah, grills was never a fashion. It was a sign that you've had teeth repaired. The more you know.
Alright guys, here's a picture of the creepiest house I've ever been in. This house was built by a very, very famous Utah celebrity. I call this an altar room. I'm going to be doing a video diving more into what this house was, what this room was used for. I'm hoping to have it finished up later today or tomorrow. But now going down this spiritual path, when I went through this house, it's back in 2020, I didn't really know what I was seeing. All I knew is this house just made me feel sick for some reason. Like I did not feel good being in there. I felt super creepy. There were a whole bunch of just really weird things in this house that I didn't understand. But now going down this path, I more fully understand what was going on in the house. Anyways, I'll be posting that later on today, hopefully, or maybe tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Top of the evening, you know what time it is, another hood affirmation. I just want to thank God for the discernment of understanding, because we're going to go ahead and clock America T on this big, beautiful bill. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, you got to watch who you vote for, because y'all done fucked around and voted for the wig for a stimmy, and now he got us all up in this bitch overstimulated. But let's just go right on into it. $1 trillion cut in Medicaid and Medicare. I wonder who the fuck want to take care of your grannies now. Yeah. Wait a minute. That means that if the Medicaid and Medicare is affected, that means all those jobs are about to be affected. Like in-home supportive services, PACE registries, IHSS. Oh, the list just keep on going. Homestead. Oh, it just keep on going. Keep on going. Oh, let's not forget the
the Republican bill that tied into this shit too. You know the part where they gave the rogue rule bill? You know the part where they took all the rights from the federal judges and gave them to the states? Ain't that about a bitch? So not only do you not got your Medi-Cal and your Medicaid, but it's according to the states on how they're going to distribute out the funding. Wait, oh, goddamn you. Some of y'all ain't got state taxes. Yeah, good luck. Oh, but let's just keep on going because it gets good. Oh, you know the part that's beautiful about this whole bill? The rich tax break. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, they get to go and get their luxurious hotels and live in their vacation stays and not worry about nothing. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, about 3,000, if not more, federal jobs about to be cut. Oh, this shit's getting good. See, this is the part where you supposed to have woke up when I said black community, they're targeted us. But y'all didn't want to listen to that. Y'all, no. Y'all didn't think that law was going to affect you because either you're getting the assistance or you actually working at these jobs. Yeah. See, this is the part of life where you got to just say, chin up, chest out. Because this is just the beginning of the bullshit. Oh, it's just the beginning. Oh, yeah, that beautiful bill affects everybody. The ones that get the assistance and even the ones that don't. So is it too funny now when they say, oh, what's a black job? If you ain't never picked corn before, your ass gonna be picking corn. If you ain't never picked grapes before, baby, your ass gonna be picking grapes. It's called desperate measures. You get what I'm saying? See, that's what them hoes do. When they got desperate measures, you know what they did? They went out and sold coochie. I wonder since they deported all the Mexicans, who the fuck gonna buy that shit? I don't know. Think about it. Food for thought. Have a good day.
Why are there so many Caucasians here in America, right? Like, because even when you go mostly to Africa, outside of South and North, the mid region of Africa, there's barely any white people. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. About like the parts of Africa where no white people exist, they don't even have natural disasters. Where I went in Africa, I'm like, y'all don't have hurricanes, tornadoes, volcanoes erupting and shit. They like, nah. We have perfectly fine weather. We don't have national disasters. We don't know what that is. I said, oh, so we got all these national disasters because all these motherfucking white blood cells, all these Caucasians, all these invaders, right? So why we got so many Caucasians in America? And they don't even got that many in the whole continent of Africa, right? Because we are not operating from spiritual laws. We're not operating out of the laws of the land. We are not operating underneath spiritual laws. We are not operating out of the law of the land, right? So a lot of us in America are fear-based people, whether that's because of the food, the media, the video games. I realized that a lot of stuff that's available to watch in America are not available to watch once I went to East Africa, right? Because they're literally trying to keep us in our lowest state, to keep the frequency low here, so the parasites, the invaders, the Caucasians can continue to live here. Because the more peaceful we are, the more in nature we are, right? In Africa, they have random blackouts, but it's a beautiful thing because it forces people to go outside. So a lot more people are in nature, a lot more people are fishing. There are a lot more feminine trees. So the simple fact that there's so many Caucasians here is because as the original beings of this particular mass land, we're vibrating very low. And when wherever they are, they bring mass chaos. Like I told you, Caucasians are the white blood cells of the earth. So the more white blood cells, if there's more white blood cells than red, then the earth will actually die of cancer. Right? Just like your physical body would die of cancer. So there can't be more of them than us. This is why it's so sick over here. This is why we have all these national disasters, right? Because we're literally integrated. We're going to school with them. We're eating at their restaurants. We're going to their hospitals. We're letting them touch us. We're going to their pharmacies. We're actually integrating and doing things with us. So this is also lowering our frequencies. These are the same people who go to random school, go to school for no reason, just kill everybody. These are the same people who take their kids with them to go kill animals and take pictures with their kids killing the animals, and they all happy as shit. They're not like us. We're not the same. Anybody who incarnated as being an actual Caucasian person was operating out of fear at the time of death, right? So if there's a lot of Caucasians, that means the planet is in a state of fear. In order to rise the frequency is through pure love. How you operate out of pure love? By becoming pure within your mind, body, and soul, by fasting and healing.
A lot of the people that went to the No Kings are about to find out You cheered for it. You stood in the middle of a live surveillance drill and called it justice. This wasn't resistance. This was system calibration in real time. While you chanted no kings, Palantir was running facial recognition at scale. Data miner was logging emotional volatility like stock price movement. Accenture was already drafting proposals for international clients. This wasn't a protest, it was a behavioral field test. The oligarchy didn't stop you, they tracked you. And now that training data is off to market. Israel gets the crowd suppression playbook. India gets the sentiment scoring API. Brazil gets your movement patterns for predictive arrest. You didn't topple power, you helped sassify state control. They sold you rebellion as a branded event. You filmed it, tagged it, gave them the metadata, and now every future uprising starts with your blueprint. You screamed no kings, but you never asked who was funding the crime.
Nothing you do is without price.
This for my out-of-town people. Y'all be quick to want to carry y'all ass to New Orleans. Bitch, y'all don't even know how we cope with life down here. You gotta think about it. We live in the party. Bitch, the party don't stop. This motherfucker go up, down, round 24/7. You can find any motherfucking drug that's on the market. Alcohol is sold all day long. Do you think that's very productive? Bitch, we not down here drinking for nothing. This motherfucker is haunted like a motherfucker. This fucking place, can't nobody live here and be sober all day. Bitch, either you smoke weed, you motherfucking drink, bitch, you pop pills, you snort coke, you on crack, you on heroin. Everybody in this motherfucker is on something. I don't give a fuck what the fuck they say. You may not be addicted, but bitch, you occasional drinker or something. People get off from work, bitch, and go straight to the bar. Yeah, they go straight to the bar. It take a lot to fight the demons that's in this city. This city is just sitting on a motherfucking fucking graveyard. All our ancestors and spirits just roaming this motherfucker. Everybody who come here can't get out. The spirits locked here, bitch. We locked here. That's why they say crabs in the bucket. Bitch, people is really stuck down here. Anybody who leave New Orleans, they don't fucking come back. Every time they come back to this motherfucker, something happened to their ass. But people that know. When they get away from here, they don't come back to this bitch. Because this bitch is like motherfucking bottom of the barrel, bitch. We got a lot of culture. It's a beautiful, wonderful place as far as like our history. You know, like trying to learn different little things about the city and all that stuff. But bitch, this ain't the place to be living and raising no motherfucking children. I can tell you that not. When you come down here, you living and raising no motherfucking children. I can tell you that not. When you come down here, you're supposed to behave yourself and stop getting into shit that y'all don't got no motherfucking business getting into.
Look at that shit. Look at that, y'all. Don't look like a man being crowned by the sun. Look at that, y'all. Look at. Y'all see those dark auras popping off? Look at the dark auras popping off. The birds are everywhere flying, but look at this. That's amazing, man. Look at that. Wow. That's crazy. That's amazing. Look at that pop off, boy. Dang. Oh my goodness. Look at this, y'all. Wow, that's intense. That is intense, man. That sun is cooking. Look at this, man. Look at those dark rays. Y'all see that? Look at that. Jesus, look at these faces up in the clouds. My goodness, y'all. Wow, that's intense.
So, how many of you guys have seen this in Ruidoso, New Mexico, y'all? They're not filming a movie. This is real life, y'all. People are stranded in their cars. There are people in the car right now, and they cannot get out. See the guy over here just trying to call law enforcement to see what they can do, but this is crazy, y'all. They can't even leave their cars.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eugene Heatman with the Ruidoso News. We actually have stranded people in cars slowly being washed away by flash floodwaters.
Y'all, remember we've been talking about these anomalous weather patterns just manifesting out of nowhere, y'all? The earth is angry. Look at this. And not to mention, it's hella windy out there as well, too. That water is moving with a purpose. This is crazy, y'all. This is like a movie, y'all. And you think that's wild? Check this out. This bridge collapses in China because it's been raining so much, and this truck is off the edge of the bridge. This man is stuck in this truck, y'all. I don't know how they're gonna get this man out. Oh my goodness. They're speaking Chinese. I don't know what they're saying, but basically he's stuck. So this man, I thought he was gonna help him, but he literally starts running away, y'all. This is crazy. Look at this, he starts running. Y'all, I hope y'all realize this ain't just bad weather now. We're in this shift now. I've been talking about it, y'all. Pay attention. The shift is here. Shift is here. We're in the midst of it. Pay attention. The signs are everywhere, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it. Peace in. Y'all, look at this. The road just busted wide open from this intense heat wave that's happening in Missouri. Look at that. Summer just getting started and the roads already can't handle what's going on, y'all. This would be a great commercial for Toyota, by the way, y'all. This heat wave is so bad the pavement folded like pressure was building up underneath it. And let me remind y'all, summer is just getting started. So what is going to happen this year? And this isn't even Florida, y'all. Y'all remember street lights was melting in Florida? Garbage cans were melting in Florida. Yes, y'all, this is all by the sun. Another garbage can melted in Florida. You see, there's a reason why they call Florida the Sunshine State. Now, this right here is in India, y'all. Remember India? India was getting really bad heat waves as well, too. Even the kids' playground is not safe at all in Florida. This is exactly what the sun is doing in Florida. They told y'all not to come to Florida. Y'all hear it, man. The earth is crying out. The sun is turning up. The frequency is shifting and it's changing. And this is the great purge that's happening right now. Yes, y'all. The shift is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it. Peace out.